Hey guys, what's up? It's Carmela Maniac. If you're new to my channel, sit down, chill, and hang out for a while, because today I'm going to be breaking down and reviewing Be With You by Luke Combs. Now this song is a pre-release from his soon-to-be-released album called The Way I Am. Now before we start, I just wanted to remind you guys to maybe hit the subscribe button, smash the like button, even if you don't agree with my take, because we can all agree to disagree. Hopefully. Let's make a little agreement before we start. Let's agree to disagree, okay? This is just my opinion on the song. I'm not an expert. This is just my humble opinion of the song. So we're agreeing to disagree, okay? All right?
I hope I ain't coming on too strong. Just wanna hold you close.
So I've never actually heard a Luke Combs song until just now, so this is a completely new experience for me. This song, Be With You, starts out basically the same way Ella Langley's song, Choosin' Texas, starts out. A song which I've reviewed and praised, so if you haven't seen that video, you should definitely check it out, after, of course, watching this video. Anyway, the song starts with some guitar strums exactly the way Choosin' Texas does, and exactly like in The Way Choosin' Texas does, there's a lap steel that comes in to take the spotlight here and there in the beginning. Except regarding the guitar chords, I kind of like Ella Langley's guitar better. But that's not the point. This guitar in Luke Combs' song is just a little bit basic sounding. It doesn't really have anything special about it. And then Luke starts singing, and his voice is obviously very nice, smooth, deep, and a little bit gravelly and raspy. So his voice is good and easy on the ears, but that's kind of it. He kind of sounds like everyone else. And I know people are going to aggressively hate on me for this, but whatever, I don't care.
Kinda like that breeze that blows through a sweet home holler.
And now talking about the instruments that back up Luke Combs in this song, everything is just like way too smooth, which is like a good and a bad thing. Nothing really stands out except for the lap steel, but it's because it's the lap steel. And of course, the lap steel is one of my favorite parts of the song, and so I wish there was more of it in there, in the song, but there wasn't. And that's okay, we're just gonna have to live with that. All the instruments just kind of blend together to make this kind of layer of normalcy.
Wake up next to you, no makeup, baby, nothing.
And you know, when I decided to do this song, I was expecting a little more from it. I was actually excited to review this song because I get excited by country music. I love country music as long as it makes me want to get up and dance. Like, I will get up and dance to country music all night long with my cowboy boots and my concho belt. But this song did not necessarily, the first time I heard it, make me want to get up and slow dance all night long. The song felt very, very, very safe, like a comfort song or a comfort movie or show that you watch over and over again. Wasn't really doing anything special. And if Anthony Fantano can absolutely destroy Joji's new album, I can say whatever I want about Luke Combs, as long as I have good reasons to back it up. And I get the general gist of the song, especially in the choruses. It does the same thing that was done in Ella Langley's song Choosin' Texas, where the rhythm of the instruments match the rhythm of Luke Combs' vocals, creating this really nice swing feeling, which is pretty nice and almost would get me up and dancing. And the melody he uses in this song is pretty catchy, and I can definitely see myself singing along to this song in the car while driving the back country roads. And I can definitely understand how some people would see this song as a kind of slow, tender, romantic, slow dance song for couples to like dance to after two-stepping and whatever else, like a couple of Wild Things. Huh? So as long as I look at this song from that standpoint, I understand the song, and I can definitely understand why he's popular, and I can accept that. Anyway, now I can't really pass judgment on Luke Combs here solely by listening to this song, and none of you should pass judgment on Luke Combs solely from just listening to this song. Not that any of you were, because if you're watching this, you're probably a Luke Combs fan and therefore are hating my guts. Regardless, the rest of his pre-release songs on this album, The Way I Am, were kind of classic rock influenced, and I was a fan. I personally liked those better. They've got a lot going on for them. They're funky. They've got a lot of interesting elements. They stand out. I just happened to listen to one of the slowest songs on this album. And the only reason I did was because it's at the top of some US music charts. Now, listening to the rest of his music makes me understand the general gist of this song a little bit better. It's like you have to look at the rest of his music and then listen to the song within the context of the rest of his music for it to make sense, for it to stand out. It's such a huge contrast from those other kind of classic rock inspired songs. So it's kind of like a nice break from the rest of the stuff, you know what I mean?
Nothing beats that view, I guess what it comes down to.
Another thing I will say about this song though is that it's really, really, really quiet, especially in the choruses. Like the instruments and Luke Combs' vocals were really, really quiet and gentle. And I'm not sure how I feel about that. All the instruments are so out of the way of Luke Combs for basically the entire song, and especially in the choruses. Really, really, really making him stand out, especially in the verses. And the fact that this whole song is pretty quiet is very interesting, considering the time we are in now where every song is pumped way up with a limiter or whatever to make it very loud and kind of match the level of every other song there is. Like seriously, other songs' waveforms look like literal blocks of noise. And while the rest of the songs are trying to be loud to compete with other songs, the fact that this song is so quiet kind of does the opposite, where it makes it stand out amongst the rest of the loud songs, which is cool. And because it's so quiet, it does make the song more dynamic, which is a good thing, and I can definitely appreciate that. But it's still a little strange because the choruses sound a little bit quieter and more compressed than the verses, and usually it's supposed to be the other way around. The verses are supposed to be quiet, and then the choruses are supposed to be louder and get your attention and be the part that stands out to you. But really, it was the verses were louder and then the choruses were compressed and quiet and felt just a little bit muted. It was just a little weird, but still, it makes it stand out a little bit.
You are where I belong. Now I hope I ain't coming on.
But anyway, Be With You by Luke Combs sounds just a teensy bit basic, but within the context of his other music, it takes on a little more meaning. It's, like I said, it's such a huge contrast from his other stuff, which then in turn makes the song more unique and stand out, which were qualities that were kind of lacking in this song. And in a way, it felt kind of like a song for the fans. People who know Luke Combs, who then know the rest of his music, who then are able to appreciate this song a little bit more. And especially for the fans who are feeling in a romantic mood, who like to slow dance at the end of a wild night. And like I said before, I really like the lap steel and wish there was more of it. But as a whole, the song was very smooth and gentle on the ears. And I can't lie, that is a nice break from everyday life. And the song was really quiet with a good amount of compression on the choruses, which made it a little weird but interesting at the same time. So I'm gonna give this song a 6 out of 10 on the Mellometer. I wanted just a little bit more from this song. I'm sorry, but also come at me, because that's my opinion, and we all deserve to have our own opinions, guys. It's okay, you don't have to hate on me for it. I'm not saying Luke Combs is a bad artist, just saying I wanted a little more from this song.
I hope I ain't coming on too strong. Just wanna hold you close.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this review, or even if you didn't, agree to disagree, remember? Let me know what you guys thought of Be With You by Luke Combs in the comments below. Keep listening, and I'll talk to you guys later. Did you subscribe yet? Even though you probably hate me because I criticize your favorite artist?